Today I'm going to be playing this Highlander Unseal the Vault Hunter deck, courtesy of Seth Washington on Patreon. So Unseal the Vault actually got quite a lot of support in United and Stormwind. They pushed the Rat archetype with Rat King. Rat King obviously appreciates the token synergies. Rats of Extraordinary Size is a very good token synergy. We got Devouring Swarm to use all the tokens we're summoning. We also include both Ramming Mount and the Imported Tarantula, which are multiple minions in a single body. And then, of course, we have all the usual Highlander cards with Zephyrus, Reno, and Bran. We also get to play the unnerfed Starving Buzzard, which it's pretty crazy to think how good this card was like 5 or 6 years ago, and now the best hunter deck in Wild just doesn't even play this card. Kind of interesting. So yeah, we've got a lot of cool stuff going for us. Let's see how it plays out.
Let the hunt begin.
One drops are so weird in quest decks. Hate to see Pack Mule. What if they gave Pack Mule tradable? That would have been kind of sick, huh?
Your wish is my suggestion.
Oh, the Highlander mirror. Wonder which of these decks is faster. They're both like pretty slow, and then when they complete their quests, they kill pretty fast after that. A lot of board clears in the priest though, so it might make it hard for me to use my quest. Well, let's go ahead and start summoning locusts.
The future is clear. Your demise be near. Hungry, aren't ya?
I don't really love any of these, but I can play Wolpertinger pretty easily next turn.
In my folly, I have sown chaos.
The future is clear. Your demise be near.
So they also have a Zephyrus in hand, which is kind of a bummer. Oh, Hyena. Let's do some buffing of the Hyena.
My peace be.
I'm up to 9 out of 20. This puts me to 10, 17, 20. So I should be able to complete my quest pretty soon. It's just a matter of sticking a board so I can actually use the hero power. Well, I still have a bit of a board. I always feel like I can be doing something better than actually playing that card. Maybe it was pretty solid this turn, though. I just don't really feel like the Death Rattle and the Tarantula is that useful against this priest deck. That actually slows down my quest quite a bit. And it deactivates my Mok'Nathal Lion. Well, let's buff the deck and then draw something from the deck.
What knowledge do the stars provide?
Alright, that was a pretty strong turn from the opponent. Probably just go double rush minion next turn. Starving Buzzard. I'm still just gonna go for this play. And then next turn I have mana for Buzzard, Swarm, Coin, Hero Power. The Buzzard's really good because there's just a very good chance that my Swarm gets cleared and then then my Hero Power wouldn't be much of a threat. Wait, they paid 10 mana for that? Very sad. Well, I do want to trade this off so I can draw another card. I guess I'll kill Zyrella. I'm getting kind of low on cards, but I still have almost all of my good cards.
Is there trouble?
I could feign death here. I think this board's enough of a threat that I don't have to commit the Adorable Infestation. I hadn't been loving the Feign Death in this list, but it was pretty good here.
What is Elune's will?
Alright, so 7, 8, 9, 17. Oh no, Zephrys isn't active because I have double Zixor. Well, still push a lot of damage here. Yeah, I would have had lethal if Zephrys was active. Honestly, it might have been an overcommitment to play Teacher's Pet here. They just could not deal with my board last turn. So I'm just giving them something extra to Psychic Scream. That doesn't look like a Scream. Although maybe it is. Definitely some sort of board clear. Well, if this is all my opponent's doing, then I'm very happy I played Teacher's Pet. Oh, Zephrys. Wind Fury is lethal, alright? Easy. Alright, so I have made several changes to this deck after playing with it for a bit. So I added Leatherworking Kit, because this deck is just so beast heavy, I think it makes a lot of sense. Springpaw is just a good card on its own, and good with all of the synergies we care about. I decided Timberwolf is a pretty good card because we have a lot of token stuff going on in this deck, particularly good with Unleash the Hounds. I swapped out Flare for Tracking. Can definitely see the matchups where Flare would be useful, but Tracking just generally is a better card. Added a Crackling Razor Maw because the card is OP when we have this many beasts. Something cute that I added is Revenge of the Wild. Summon your beasts that died this turn. So the thing is, in this deck, even if we're just getting a handful of tokens with it, that's pretty good because of Unseal the Vault. And we can also use it to maybe, like, get another copy of Rat King, which would be pretty nice. I think this is definitely the sketchiest card I've added, but I see a lot of potential with it. I also added a Rodent Nest. We were playing an Infested Wolf, and it seems like Rodent Nest is almost just a better card straight up in this deck. And then finally I added Leroy Jenkins. Leroy is a bit of a Quest Hunter classic, because you can go Leroy, which gives your opponent 2 minions, that gives you a bigger Unleash the Hounds, and then you can use your hero power for a minimum of, I think it's 14, right? 6 plus 2, and then another 6. And then, you know, any minions they have on top of that is more damage. So as far as cards I cut the Feign Death because I just felt like it was a little bit clunky. And also I ended up cutting the Barak, which I assume is part of the reason we were even playing Feign Death. It just seemed like too many deck slots to support the Barak. Also, I feel like Barak is sort of just replaced by Leatherworking Kit, which I think is just a better card. Related to the Barak, I also cut the Ramming Mount. I think we care more about just summoning new things than keeping the things we've already summoned in play. And I think other than that, I just tried to drop the curve a bit. Warsong Wrangler, Imported Tarantula, Teacher's Pet, I think are all just a little bit too expensive for the wild format, especially considering that we can't really cut any of the other top end.
Let the games begin. Let the hunt begin.
1 through 4 curve. I'm actually not sure if I want to play Shando next turn, because I could just copy Rat King, but I think buffing my deck is probably better.
Students, today's class will be outside.
At last, a worthy disciple.
Alright, at least that tells me what my opponent's playing. This might be the first game I actually get to play Dino Tamer Bran. I don't think I want to play Zeph here.
Ready for a show?
My opponent seems to be having fun over there. That was pretty bad for a turn 6 puzzle box, I would say. The opponent is at 24, so I don't think King Crush is ending the game next turn. But, still just a strong turn 7, right? Well, that was definitely not the right order to kill my minions.
You'll find me wherever the action is. I don't feel so good.
That card really caught me off guard for a moment, until I realized it was randomly generated. 5 damage to your minions.
I'll show you how it's done.
That's probably Ice Block, right? I can pop it. I have multiple ways I can pop it. Oh wait, I just have Lethal, right? Zephyrs gives Flare for sure. Well, I'm kinda dumb, but at least I got there.
Rexa versus Nemzi.
Let's have some fun.
Let the hunt begin.
I don't think Spring Paw is worth the keep, but it's a consideration. Two drop. Not sure if I should be playing the Diving Griffin here, because the Warlock could definitely have stuff worth rushing into. But I didn't really have any other play. Well, Timberwolf being in play means Mok'Nathal Lion one-shots that.
Your wish is my suggestion.
The Zephyrs can't be that good, can it? Probably gets raised headed though. I guess I'm just summoning things here. Still have all of my top end. Most of it would be good to draw into. Not so much Reno Jackson. If my opponent taps, I have lethal. Bloodlust is 9, 10, 13, 14. Savage Roar is 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Seven mana, 4/6. Let's go. Six, 9. Bloodlust would be 15, so not lethal. Savage Roar would be 12, 14, basically. I guess I'm just going to play Savannah High main. Or not. Oh, Soul the Force is pretty nuts, though. How does it not offer High main? Well, that's the card I didn't want to see. If I can draw my top end, this game is still winnable. But if I keep drawing not my top end, it's not. My opponent is dangerously close to dying to a Leroy draw. I'm sure this board won't stick.
Existence is pain. So is teaching you.
No one tried this rusting with me!
Get quest huntered. Alright, so I played 20 games, won 14 of them. That's a 70% win rate, so pretty good. Overall, I think I'm pretty happy with all of the changes I made. Didn't miss the Baroque package, didn't miss Feign Death, or any of the more expensive clunky cards. And everything I added, I think, pulled its weight. The only card I'm still iffy on is Revenge of the Wild, which could be swapped out for a ton of different cards. We could put the Flare back in the deck. We could play a Serpent Bloom. Serpent Bloom might actually be really strong in this deck. I guess that is probably the change I would make. We just play so many little 1/1 tokens, and even things with Rush, that I feel like Serpent Bloom has to be a good card. Obviously won't be good in every matchup, but should be good in general, I would say. We could also play Scavenger's Ingenuity. That's just a good card. Rat Pack potentially could make sense in this deck. Oh, if I type in Rat, that gives me Death Rattle cards. Yeah, Rat Pack could make sense in this deck. It's especially good when you buff it with Shando, or even copying it. Oh no, Shando doesn't make a 3/3, it just makes a copy. We also could try, like, Tundra Rhino. But I think the Leroy Unleash the Hounds thing is probably enough burst damage. Then we have Crush and Zephyrs as well, so I don't think that's super worth it. There are a couple of big things that summon minions that could be useful. I considered playing Boom Master Flark. Pretty sure this got played in Quest Hunter in the past. Just give you 5 bodies to buff, which is nice. Another consideration is Giggling Inventor. Giggling Inventor is probably the next card I would try out in the deck. But yeah, overall I think I'm pretty happy with this list. Can't really complain about a 70% win rate.